And we're back! Hi, my name's Charles, and a while back I decided it might be fun to go back and replay the Honkai Star Rail story from the beginning. And last episode, having completed the mainline Xianzhou Luofu's story arc, we're starting to dig into some of the companion quests that we missed or that triggered after the arc ended. So last time we went through March 7th's history, trying to dig into her memories and not quite succeeding. I wonder what's going to happen about that soon. And this time around, we're going to look into the message that Kafka left us and chase that down and maybe learn a bit more about the first character we met in this game. And I'm being attacked by a cat. I'm going to have to edit this, so I'm going to, yeah. Or maybe I won't, who knows. But anyway, but first, I've got something of a dilemma. You see, another really important thing happened this week, which is the Amphoreus story was released. 3.0 came out, and on my main account, I'm romping through that story. I've recorded 6 episodes already, which is about 6 hours of video, and it's meant that I haven't really had much chance to move forward on this replay account. And I kind of want to keep going on the replay account, because if I just stop and do the main story and publish all the new stuff and then come back, it's going to be hard to come back, because I'm in this, like, bunch of disconnected stories in between the main Xianzhou Luofu plot and Penacody, and, you know, the longer I leave coming back to this, the less enthusiastic I'm likely to be about it. So I want to make sure that I keep, you know, churning through these episodes even while I'm doing the new stuff, even though everything inside me is saying, hey, you should really go back to Amphoreus and see what happens next. But anyway, we're going to continue along on this account for now, even though Pom-Pom seems very sad about it. Let's go and find out what Kafka's been up to. I think she's hanging around somewhere in the artisanship. No, she's in the divination commission, that's right. So she's just hanging around over here. So the nearest place to get to her is from this calyx, so we just can go up the stairs there. So let's teleport in. Let's make sure we are using an appropriate team. A nice story-relevant team. And so we just continue along through there. We're going to just walk straight past you. I should probably kill some of these things, because I need just the regular mats you get off mobs. You forget just... Oh, actually, I'm not going to bother getting that trotter. Actually, I'll get that trotter. It's unlikely I'll be able to kill him, because
I've no interest in...
I'm in a sort of annoying place where I'm just not quite powerful enough for my current Trailblazer level. So there's a very good chance that I won't be able to kill him, but you know, especially since he's not weak to anything that could help me.
Too late to repent.
So he's got lots of slow on him, so I can possibly use Dan's ultimate. Actually, this is a lot better than I usually do, and that's because normally I'm running around with Clara. And because I'm running around with Clara, Clara is very bad against trotters, for obvious reasons, because trotters don't attack, so Clara doesn't attack them. I think there's a chance I might actually be able to get this guy. Fantastic.
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Too late to repent.
Now I can just take out the remaining trash.
Let's begin.
No. Not a scratch.
Try that again.
It's
Oh
time.
damn, I was hoping to break him with the Trailblazer.
I've no interest in conflict. The truth of life is...
But that's okay, I can finish this guy off.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
I forgot how much I was enjoying playing with these wonky teams. On my regular account doing the story content, I've mostly been using my grossly overpowered Firefly team, which just kind of ruffle stomps everything you have it run into. So actually having to, think about things for more than 2 seconds while doing combat has been fun.
I knew you would come.
It's Blade.
If we had Elio's eyes, the world would not appear as it does to you and I. There are myriad possibilities overlapping one another, representing the consequences of different choices, and in every passing moment, an infinite number of choices converge on the same point and become the present, and then become the past. So, was this your choice? To respond to my request for help?
I haven't made my choice yet.
Is that so? So how can we get you to make up your mind? If you wanted to refuse, then why would you be standing here right now?
You have a point. I'm here to help you. I guess I did respond to a request for help by coming here, therefore I must in some way be here to help you, although I'd like to know more about what I'm doing to help.
I'm grateful. On the Xianzhou, you're the only one I can turn to. Being stricken with Mara is the inescapable destiny of the long-life species. It is a madness triggered by the accumulation of emotions and memories. Blade doesn't remember much, but the Mara still haunts him in some form. After we arrived on the Xianzhou, the Mara in him flared up so violently that even my spirit whisper couldn't suppress it. He's not fit for interstellar travel in this state.
Although, to be fair, you did actually use your spirit whisper to make him succumb to Mara when you wanted him to stab Dunhung. So I feel that you should bear some of the blame for this.
My plan is to use Spirit Whisper to temporarily seal the Mara by reducing its potency. I need to focus all my concentration, so I'll be vulnerable for some time. I need you to protect me while I suppress Blade. I know when danger will come and what form it will take. Don't worry. Together we can do this. No harm will come to you. Now, there are wandering monsters nearby. They'll spell trouble if we let them hang around. Go take care of them. Your victory is certain.
Letter from a strange woman. Check out the enemies roaming nearby. So I think that there's some way you can not do this, just to try and cheat fate. Oh, there we go.
The story in your own way.
There was a little green heal there, I don't know why. I think that's just a regular mob on the map. I think there was another mob over here I needed to kill. Right. I can freeze him again.
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Does leave me with no
Is meaningless.
ult lined up for the next battle, which is probably going to be harder, but... Okay. Is there somewhere to heal around here? Where's the nearest thing? It's down there. Okay, I will worry about that later. Worst case scenario, I can eat some food. Anyway, I've gone and killed the things you asked me to kill. Kafka. Actually, what's in here?
That's Blade. Kafka says he's Mara-struck. That's Blade. Kafka says he's Mara-struck.
Bet Elio didn't predict me doing that twice in a row. You return to Kafka and Blade's hideout and wait patiently for a while until Kafka cuts the spirit whisper short.
That felt like a time. It's good to open my eyes and see you back here.
How's progress on your side?
Not fast enough. I've weakened Blade's senses to the outside world, so that he's only able to hear my voice and feel my touch. He's oblivious to everything else. I'm going to transfer his consciousness away from the Xianzhou and cleanse his memories of Jingyuan, Jingliu, Insing, and your friend, Don Hong. Again, this process mustn't be interrupted, but I can answer questions before I begin.
Interesting that this list contains Yinsing. So, they're the memories of himself. I guess they're the new memories of the quintet that he gained during this quest, and obviously, you know, Bai Hong is not in that list because she's not around anymore. My questions?
Yes. As compensation for helping me. You don't have any questions? I put you into a deep sleep and then reawakened you. Abandoned you at the space station, then lured you to the Xianzhou. I owe you an explanation or two. Don't you want to know?
Now that you mention it.
Don't rush. We still have time. Think about it first and ask when you're ready. One rule, though. Please don't ask anything boring. Let's play Truth and Lies.
Truth and
It's
Lies?
a game I play with Silverwolf all the time. Kinda psychological. Both sides ask each other 2 questions, then give one true answer and one false answer each. So, one of my answers will be true, the other will be false. As for which is which, that's up to the asker to make the call. We don't have much time. Let's do 2 rounds to start. You ask me 2 questions, and you'll also have to answer 2 of mine. But remember, 1 truth, 1 lie.
What if both my answers are true?
Oh, that's not allowed. Ugh, the game only works when both sides follow the rules, and I'll be none the wiser if you break them. Let morality be your guide. But I give you my word. I will abide by the rule of 1 truth, 1 lie. I'll go first to give you a demo. Oh, don't be nervous. The first question is quite trivial. You can tell the truth or tell a lie. It's the second question where the game gets interesting. My first question is, what do you think about me?
Huh? What do I think about Kafka? How should I answer? If I tell the truth, I have to lie the next time, and vice versa. Or I could just cheat. Is that really an option?
I think probably tell the truth to start with.
Better to tell it like it is.
So, I do not hate or dislike her. I don't trust her. I do not understand her motives, but so far she seems to have been working for, you know, the good of people around me. I think secretly she's pretty good. Like, obviously they're selfish and the Stellaron Hunters do all sorts of crazy crimes, but they seem to be trying to go towards a positive end for the universe. Or at least that's the perception that I have of them.
And there you have it. It's a pretty simple game, don't you think? You're hiding your feelings well. I'm afraid we'll have to put our game of truth and lies on pause. The Cloud Knights are here. I need you to help me get rid of them.
How about I try persuading them to leave?
No matter how hard you try, this conflict is inevitable. It's destiny.
See, I don't want to fight the Cloud Knights. They're my buddies now. Hey you, stop! We received an order to capture the wanted criminal. Put down your weapons and come with us. How should I respond? I'll just lie to them. Maybe you can lie to the Cloud Knights and distract them. You're here too late. The criminal ran that way. The criminal is right behind you. At least look around when you lie. I did my best.
Time for some hardship.
The truth of life and death.
So he's barely injured, but slowed, so it's probably the best use of the ult.
My turn!
We shall. He's got a shield from Marchie's ability, which is nice. Shield you so that you might do a bit of taunt. And of course they just go straight for him instead.
Too late to repent.
Eat black hole. That was depressing. I didn't want to fight them. But, you know, they attacked me. I was trying to do the best.
See, the future always seems like infinite possibilities, but what is destined to happen will always happen. This conflict is inevitable because the other possibilities don't exist. I need to use the Spirit Whisper on Blade again, but let's play another round first. Have you thought of your question? Come to me when you're ready. I can wait.
So, let's talk to Kafka.
The game continues. Your turn.
So, I get 2 questions, only one of which Kafka will answer truthfully. But I won't know which answer is which. What should I ask?
See, I've only asked one question. I'm going to ask a question about Blade. No, I'm going to ask a question about Kafka.
She's the one who put me on the Astral Express. Everything about her is shrouded in mystery, and I want to know more.
Why did you join the Stellaron Hunters?
Because I have a future that I want. As I told you, Elio is able to glimpse through possibilities. As long as I followed his instructions, he promised to tell me what it would take to move towards the future I wanted.
No matter what she says, she looks like she's got something up her sleeve. I can't tell what's true and what isn't.
So, that sounded like a truthful answer. It sounded very much like the obvious truthful answer to the question of why anyone would join the Stellaron Hunters, especially someone like Kafka. There is somewhere out there a list of all of the questions and answers you can get from Kafka and which are true and which are false, but you know, I feel it's better leaving a bit of this shrouded in enigma. Like, it's better having the uncertainty there.
I see the look on your face. Don't bother asking. I can't tell you if an answer is true or not. Make your best guess and choose your next question based on my answer. That's the beauty of the game. I hope your next question proves interesting. The rules of this game are like reality. We all think we have infinite possibilities, but when you really analyze it, you could count them on your fingers. Every question and answer is constrained by previous choices.
Or in a game like Honkai Star Rail, almost no choices are meaningful. I think one of the ironies of this quest is it's one of the few quests in the game where your choices are meaningful. You can actually have a defined end of this quest where you reject Kafka and don't help her, and that presumably changes your relationship with Kafka in some way. But and I think that's one of the great ironies, that the quest that is actually about you having no choices actually contains one of the few consequential choices in the game, which is kind of cool.
The future is like a labyrinth. Every divergence is merely an inducement. There is only one real path.
Is the future predetermined?
No, but what is predetermined is the future that has value. If you don't believe me, try it for yourself. Soon we will face another battle. Can you change that possibility?
So was that the second question? No, it wasn't the second question, because that did sound like the truth. So let's find... So there's a... Maybe if the door is closed, the path will be closed as well. So let's... So we can take this one... We can take this one this way. Oops, why did that? Come on. That took longer than it should have. With this, the path is secured. I think there's another one up here where we can get the Arumaton. Maybe if I can destroy the Arumaton in secret. So if I can just do the puzzles. So I'll turn you. So if I go to you, and then I go to you, to you, to you, and then I go to you. Fantastic. Dismantling an Arumaton is not as hard as I think. So I think that means that I have avoided the fights.
That's the second time you've evaded the possibility of a battle. You really do want to change my prediction, don't you? But the future is still clear. The real test lies ahead. The young swordmaster of the Cloud Knights. He will not be an easy foe.
What if he is?
Until then, let's continue our game. It's my turn again. Second question. Do you want to see me again?
What kind of question is that? Will we see each other again? She'd know the answer to that one. As for whether I'd want to, it seems obvious to me.
See, I do want to see Kafka again. Because she's the only connection I have to my past. And if I'm going to learn who I actually am and what I am here for, then she is a necessary part of it.
I guess I do want to see her again. So, my answer is...
Then I shall obey the rules of the game. Because I'm generally a moralistic person. I have many praises of high morals.
Okay, I'm done asking. What a surprise. I can't see through you.
Are you satisfied with my answers?
Partly. For me, the truth, or lack thereof, is not what matters in this game. Well, it's your turn to ask a question. Come see me when you're ready.
Just go for a walk and catch my breath and try and hope that Kafka has an interesting answer for me.
This is your last question. Surprise me.
I don't know if Kafka was telling the truth in the previous question, but one thing's certain. For this question, she'll have to answer according to the rules. Should I venture into a whole new topic?
So I've asked about Kafka, and I've got what I thought was a true answer.
When I came
But
to
ask
on the
about
space
myself.
station, I remember seeing Kafka, but everything before that is a blur. Shouldn't I ask about my past?
What is my connection to you?
One day, Elio handed you over to me. He said that if things continued to transpire according to the future possibility he foresaw, you would eventually change me. And I would change you. In other words, you and I are each other's destiny.
I think that is a lie.
Stellaron hunters. The General was merciful enough to let you live, but you haven't shown the slightest bit of gratitude. Why are you here?
Because he was struck by my spirit whisper. My powers of suggestion are capable of convincing people to accept my orders, all without a second thought.
That's why you use Huohuo to fight her, so that every turn it gets dispelled.
Defeat this little boy and your mission is over.
You witch!
Can't we just talk this through? I don't really want to fight you.
Leave it to me.
Come get me!
Lance!
Okay, this might be a problem. I say this every time.
Tough luck running
Truth
into
of
me.
life and death.
So he is slowed, so this should help.
It's but a vision.
I'm gonna have to start shielding people. Shield you first, because you're the weakest. Are any of these things vulnerable to fire? Doesn't look like it.
You can't run. Gotta try hard sometime. Watch this awesome move.
Fighting
And none of them are vulnerable to... Nice. You are not vulnerable to... Okay, so what about imaginary? Anything vulnerable to imaginary?
There is no other choice.
Okay, we have two things that are vulnerable to imaginary. You can continue to shield people. You can shield this guy next because he's also been taking damage. That means this one should be... No, it's not.
Try that again.
I guess that's lightning.
Let's begin.
Okay, yeah, so that one was ice.
My turn.
So that means he is dismantled. You can dispel,
Lance ablaze. Lance!
and that will reshield some people.
Try that again.
Lance at the ready. I've no interest in conflict. The truth of life and death. The sanctuary is but a
Okay, we've
vision.
almost broken you, which is good. You don't have any skill points left for shielding, and I'm pretty sure that Yanqing is ice resistant. In fact, he is resistant to frozen, which is the thing that actually stops you being frozen. So he's resistant to ice, imprisonment, frozen and entanglement. We did manage to entangle him, I think. Or at least we entangled one of his swords, I think. General Jing Yuan's retainer. A gifted swordsman who hasn't even come of age.
Better make a choice.
So let's...
Too late to repent.
Yeah.
Fighting is meaningless.
And you can come out of your imprisonment and finally do something.
Stand down.
I'm gonna wait for you to spawn more swords, I think, so you can defend
I've no
me
interest
again.
in
Cut through the ranks!
Try that again.
Lance ablaze! Lance! Forward!
So is he slowed? Yes, he is slowed.
He's but a vision!
And this...
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other
So I
choice.
don't think he did get to resummon his swords.
I failed.
Kafka used Spirit Whisper on Yanqing and told him to leave, then breathed a sigh of relief.
If it weren't for you, that kid would have had me and Blade in the shackling prison in no time.
I think you could probably have fought him off, Kafka. He's still just a kid, and Blade could certainly have fought him off.
Of course, Sam and Silverwolf would have broken us out, but Blady would have been gravely injured, and our relationship with the Xianzhou would have been damaged beyond repair. If possible, I'd like to avoid that kind of future at all costs.
Can I leave now?
Yes, the Mara in you is temporarily suppressed. So long as you avoid overstimulation and familiar faces, you shouldn't have a problem.
And drink lots of water.
Wait. You're not leaving?
I am sorry, Kafka. There is a person to whom I am greatly indebted. I must see them.
Then it's in your hands. Elio didn't say anything about what happens next. Thank you for coming to my aid. I appreciate it. Our paths will cross again.
I remember you.
Well, I don't remember you.
You once followed Kafka, didn't you? There was a time when she was on a mission. You were next to her. I remember. I've yet to see anyone follow her for as long as you did, and live to tell the tale.
What exactly are you getting at?
Every Stellaron hunter has a deal with Elio. I do not know the nature of those deals, but I do know that Kafka and I agreed to take orders from Elio. She must have sought something extraordinary. Everything she does comes at a great cost. She will have done many things to keep you alive until now, young one.
And so there we go. Blade has wandered off to do whatever he has to do next. Probably go and chat with Bailu or something. I can't remember exactly what happens with him. There is a chest back there, so quick detour.
Fighting.
And through here, we have a chest. And so we've had a bit of an investigation into the nature of prophecy and free will. We've learned a little bit of a tease about our history with the Stellaron Hunters, the fact that, at least according to Blade, we didn't just, come into existence when our bodies were created inside Herta Space Station and the Stellaron was placed within us as a vessel. We have a past. We have been helping out Kafka for a very long time, and we are connected with her in some way. But anyway, that brings us to the end of that quest. It's going to be a shorter than usual episode today because I think starting anything else is not going to be very helpful. We've got some pulls to do, because on this account I have a rule where if I have 40 pulls backed up, then I have to do them. And currently I have 70 pulls on the limited banner and 20 pulls on the standard banner, which means I have 40 times 2. So I have to do something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off doing my standard banner pulls, which are unlikely to hit anything because I'm a very long way away from Pity, and then I'm going to try and pull for the Herta, which is likely to do something because I'm actually quite close to Pity. So let's see what happens. Let's start on the standard banner. And no 5-star this time. Let's see if we get a nice 4-star on this particular 10 pull. We get Yukong, who is now useless to us because we already have her E6. It's kind of salt in the wounds rubbing. And Shadow Burn, which is the first 3-star Remembrance Light Cone. And that's basically it for that 10 pull. Let's try our second 10 pull from the standard banner. Again, no 5-star this time around. I've been pretty lucky on the standard banner previously, so I think things are now just going to regress to the mean. We have Perfect Timing and Abundance Light Cone. Collapsing Sky, Shattered Home, just a bunch of 3-stars now. Lots of copies of Meshing Cogs, and a copy of Arlen just in case we wanted another copy of Arlen. So that's our journey through the standard banner today, and let's do some pulls on the limited banner. We've got a very good chance of getting Herta. We're pretty close to Pity on this banner. I don't know exactly how close. Want to keep myself in suspense there. But let's jump and see what we can do on our first 10 pull. No 5-star yet. We're also in a position where the 4-stars on this banner are actually useful for us because Nat is still a viable healer for me at the moment, which is a little embarrassing. And I haven't E6'd Asta yet, so we can continue collecting copies of her. And also Moser, I have 1 copy of him, but more would be appreciated. So let's pop into our second 10 pull. Still no 5-star, so I think we're going to go to Pity on this one. Hello Pom Pom. And some more 3-star light cones. And another copy of Asta. Maybe I'll build her at some point. 4-star supports are still good. We went through the entire version 1.x with only 4-star supports and we liked it. I think a lot of people forget that Ruanmei didn't drop until the very last patch of the 1.0 series. And until then, really, unless you had Bronya, you were just getting by with Asta, Tingyun, Pella, and Yukong as sort of the core supports. And Ruanmei really did change the game just by upping the power level of the entire game in just one character, because she could be so useful in so many different teams. Anyway, next 10 pull. And we still don't quite have a Herter, or even the Herter. So we shall continue through our journey through all of the repeats of 3-star light cones. Post-op conversation, I think I've already got a copy of that, so it might be good to stack another one. A lot of these light cones, I'm not really sure which ones are the good ones and which aren't. I have to kind of look closer when I'm off stream. Okay, we have 40 pulls remaining. If I do pull the Herter, I am going to stop, because I can stop pulling on a banner once I've got the character. But let's try one more. No, still not quite there. I thought I was a lot closer to pity on this account than I was. Maybe I'm getting my two accounts confused. There we go, get another copy of Moser, which is nice. Another copy of Moser, that's great. I'm thinking of... oh, and Sampo. I don't have Sampo yet. So he's going to be useful at some point if I'm going to start building anything around Dot. But yeah, I might be building Moser in the background to do things like Memory of Chaos, because he's going to be like a useful lightning DPS for me. And oh, it looks like we're going all the way on this one. I'll have to count afterwards and see exactly how far gone I've been. Another Asta. Another Moser, that's so nice. Another Dance, 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 that's always appreciated. I think I may be able to get close to S5ing my Dance, Dance, Dance. And now we've got 20 pulls left. And finally, I am 90% sure that we are guaranteed the Herter on this pull, because last time we were going for Fugue and instead we got Himiko. So this time around, we are guaranteed the lovely Purple Witch, and she will be useful for getting me a few more jades through some endgame content if I ever get around to building her. Another Moser. He's starting to look better and better. I don't even know what his Eidolons do. I never built him on my other account. So it'll be a fun exercise to discover what he does and whether he's useful in a lower powered account. And I know I said I was going to stop once I pulled the Herter, but one thing I like to do is just throw an extra 10 pull on the limited banner, just in the vague hope that maybe occasionally I'll get an E1. Because the pity carries over, so, best case scenario, I get a very, very cheap E1. Worst case scenario, I get an extra standard character, or I just get some carryover pity. And it's not a thing that's likely to happen, but, it'd make good content if it did. And it really costs me nothing. So we're just going to pop through here and see what our final 4-star is going to be. And yet another Moser Eidolon. Oh, I'm pretty sure that's got to be E6, right? Awesome. So we have our copy of Herter. We're not going to build her right now. If you want to see me build Herter, there's another video for that on a different account. But let's see. So for Asta, we've made our way all the way up to her E3.
Miracle.
So she gets an extra bounce for her attack.
Every star is a miracle.
She gets her ultimate can extend the duration of her skill. And she gets her +2/+2. And next we have Arlen, who gets his
I found a home to protect.
+2/+2 and will continue to never be used. And then we've got Moser, so some additional energy.
Every shadow on the Yao Qing could be me.
Which is useful. Some extra crit damage
On the Yao Qing
for
could be
all enemies, which is again nice.
every
The usual stat increases.
could be me.
A flat damage increase from using his ultimate.
Shadow on the Yao Qing could be me.
Yeah, we get the point. Every shadow could be you.
Every shadow on the Yao Qing could be me.
And finally, increases the damage multiplier of his follow attack by 25%.
Shadow on the Yao Qing could be me.
Okay, I'm definitely going to have to build him in my off time at some point, because he looks like he's a fun character and I've just never quite got around to using him. So with that out of the way, next time we will continue with another one of these companion quests that lie in the Xianzhou Luofu. Probably, I've been saying this a while, either Bailu or Jinglu, but there might be another one that lives in between them. I'm not sure. I'll have to have a look at the Fates Atlas and see what's available. But when that time comes, I will see you then, and thank you very much for spending your time with me. Bye-bye.